Click like and subscribe so we can, you know what I'm saying, afford to continue our podcast.
Hold on. Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me turn this shit.
Hold on. It's supposed to be on my head. One second. Where everybody else at?
It might be, I guess, coming on later. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Oh, my Bluetooth off. That's why.
wow. You can hear me?
Yeah.
But we live. Man, say them boys that was a part of the most consistent part in 2024. They said, "Hey, we don't want to be a part in 2025, guys."
I think they're just working, man, but we're gonna figure it out. Gonna look to add more people into it. Whenever they show up, it's fine.
Yeah, I need to get my room set up too, so I can get on the camera a little bit more. I see you've been dropping them consistently though.
Yeah, I've been trying to get more up. I feel like now it's just like, I guess, more momentum within the algorithm because I've been dropping a lot that it's just doing better and better. Like I'm just trying to study YouTube as a whole. Like, um, yeah, definitely changes when you obviously the more you post, but like I couldn't get past 20 views, you know. Now it's like I'm trying to get past the next threshold of like people seeing the content. I'm literally finna work on this room I'm in now. I scraped those ceilings today. So basically now I have to mud it and then it'd be ready to paint. I'm just trying to decide what color it should be.
How do you feel about oh, is that an office space that you got
Yeah,
that you're talking about? I would say white.
I was thinking white too.
Do a little bit of reading, a little bit of research. White is supposed to be the most productive color. Like, so it doesn't add anything. Like, it's not a creative color. It's not gonna be like, oh, every time I go in this room, I feel inspired. But what it does is, if you go in that room with a task on your mind, essentially the color being white will help you finish that task because you won't get distracted by the wall color.
Yeah, we talked about this. I was gonna do like I guess one of the walls just like filled with pictures, like bigger size pictures, maybe like six like pictures, maybe black and white potentially, and then just trying to make something that looks better aesthetically. Um,
How do you feel? How do you feel about what I mentioned earlier about the Toyota, the Sequoia?
Man, I read up on it more and I was like looking at them. I just searched them online. And yeah, you're right. There are the million mile car. I'm seeing a lot that's posted for sale at like 180 at 200s, too high
200.
280. So you know what I'm saying? And they're still around. I seen from 3,900 to some still close to that 10K mark, even with that type of mileage. So I guess people still hold the value in it even after, what some people deem is a car graveyard, once it hits at 100.
Right. But to the reason why I'm so adamant about that specific model right now is by comparison to, say, like a Forerunner. A Forerunner is going to be way more. It's got a smaller engine that's less fuel efficient, and it's going to cost more. Um, a Land Cruiser, usually, I believe that for those years, it's the same engine, and it's going to cost more. So where you may pay $3,000 to $5,000 for a Sequoia, that Land Cruiser is still $15,000 to $25,000. Uh, for the same, basically the same vehicle. It's just branded a little bit differently. Um, and that's what I'm looking into too, taking care of the vehicle. Like whatever vehicle I get, if I get wind up purchasing one this year, I want that to be the workhorse that can get me to, the garage with the Porsches and the Lambos in it.
How's it
But
like on
really
gas?
Porsches
I
are
would assume not. I mean, how's it on gas?
not good. But that's not my biggest concern. So gas mileage wouldn't be the biggest concern. Making sure that it starts up and goes is my biggest concern. Like I want to have it bulletproof,
Yeah,
you know?
I was just saying because if that was going to be your dash machine, I mean, it still definitely could be profitable. I would say for every
Yeah, I thought about that. Because I did say I wanted to pay it off with DoorDash. Because um how do you feel about what I said about the like using the credit union, even though I would have the cash for it to use
I,
to buy it with their money?
I think that that would be the smarter way to do it. I feel like once it gets past that 2 or 3 thousand, you better
Hmm.
off just leveraging either credit or somebody else's money.
Right.
My dad was trying to tell me the same thing. He was like, "They'll give you a better interest rate than you're going to probably get from when you go to these dealerships and they run numbers for you. You know what I'm saying? With financing already, that's half the battle. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get, I'm trying to get that Model 3. I wanted it to be the end of March, but just more and more shit's coming up. So it might be the next 2 to 3 months. But I'm like, I feel like I can
Oh
easily
wow.
afford. I can afford that 350 a month. If with that, I'm able to do that in a week's time, like less than in 3 days, 2.5, 3 days. If I can DoorDash, like right now, $10 to $12 is enough gas to have me driving the whole day. I have to damn near put gas to end the night. You see, so like that's with $10. So imagine not having to just having to charge and
When you get in,
yeah,
yeah.
that's literally
Yeah,
all
I
I do.
probably the DoorDash method probably wouldn't work. I just figure the Sequoia, if running correctly, will probably get better gas mileage than the Jaguar. And it was doable in the Jag as far as the gas went. The Jag just needed more maintenance than DoorDash was provided for at that time. Like it's hard to jump into something that like you need work done on. Uh, DoorDash isn't gonna pay out that quick.
It's not a quicker. That's what I'm like. If I'm DoorDash or Uber Eats, bro, I'm doing some type of loans because like all you have to do is you know what I'm saying, give people loans and make them work
Yeah,
it. You know, like
that that's what I was thinking is to get the vehicle. Um, so rather than shop around for a deal, because I've checked in the price comparatively. A good Sequoia is going to be less than a good Land Rover or 4Runner, regardless. So I'm already getting the less expensive, model. I might as well just get
is it a
the
specific year
one that.
that you're looking at?
Um, so right now I'm looking at the first generation between 2001 and 2007, just because of it being simple. Like they're old, simple. It's just a truck, It's a truck. At the end of the day, it's a truck. It's gonna do truck things. You can break it, you can work on it.
I thought that
You
was
can
an
drive it while
SUV.
it's broken. Yeah, it's an SUV, but it at technicality, like it's a truck. It's on the truck frame. It's a Tundra. It's the exact same as a truck. It's just a closed-in truck. So
Okay.
it's worth every bit of what is being what they're asking for them right now. Um, I'm torn on, like I said, just grabbing and scooping a cheap one up for 1,500 to 3,000, somewhere in that area, or sitting down and going through Navy Federal and taking out some money and going over $5,000 for something with less miles and better condition. Go ahead and get the maintenance that they need. So they need, I think it's like the timing belt. Um, timing belt needs to be changed every 100,000 miles, and the ball joints need to be changed. So going ahead and going through like the bank or the credit union, uh, telling them I have enough for the vehicle and getting them to loan me maybe $2,000, $3,000 more than what the vehicle that I'm looking at costs.
Basically be able to stretch your money, like be able to keep your money and make the little.
Right. Be able to keep my money, go ahead and use theirs to purchase the vehicle and get enough from them to put insurance on it for the full year as well, and get any maintenance that I may need done. Um, like, so what I'm saying is get the money from them to go ahead and buy one that may have already just had the maintenance work done, or get one at a lower price and then get enough to put the maintenance in myself. But
That's
go ahead
smart.
and take care of
If you can
the
get one at
car.
8 that's ready to jump in with no maintenance needed, it could be a better deal than
Right.
at 5 if you think about it, just because
Exactly.
knowing, you know what I'm saying, like trying to figure out what's wrong with it, plus finding the people to do it. It's just like,
Right. Getting the parts, all of that. And then if I plan for it to be a build. So like you said, get one that has had it done, had the work done, for 8,000, or it might have the wheels and tires and the work done, something that's a little bit closer than a project. But regardless, I just need a turnkey, get in and it goes. It might not make it there the most efficiently, but as long as you have gas to put into it, it's gonna keep going forward. It doesn't have to go crazy around corners. I don't need it to
yeah,
climb up a mountain, but I do need to go over a couple curves and not get stuck in the mud and shit.
this is more of a joyride episode, um, but yeah,
Oh yeah, it would be perfect for taking Joyride and turning it into like really like a travel, more of like a vlog. Put dash cam, rear view cam, put cameras on it, you know what I mean? And then take it on those long trips and stuff.
this is
'Cause it really is like a go anywhere vehicle. They're I don't feel like they're as big as like Suburbans and stuff like that, but that's I guess what it competes with.
yeah. I'm just looking at the price for the it starts to get kind of expensive once you get to 2005. It's when like the
Right,
numbers jump up on them. But the
right.
2023 is damn near. That's crazy. Um,
So I would be looking at, like I said, anywhere between. Now, I am still doing some research because there is, I believe the earlier engines are just a little bit simpler. I think it's after 2004, they have variable valve timing, which makes it more efficient. So maybe better gas mileage and more horsepower. But it's like slightly. It's the exact same motor, just kind of tuned differently, using different parts. Um, so if they made slight changes and made uh, more complicated, more efficient engine. So it's a trade-off. If you wind up with the 2005 to 2007 version, you got more power, um,
What's that
but you
SR5?
might. Hmm.
What is that, a SR5?
The SR5 is just like a trim level. Um, like the 325, then you got the 330, then it's just a trim level. It's the same car, it's just trim levels. I think the one that I'm looking for is the limited. So I really don't care if it's the SR5 or the limited. I just know that I want a sunroof, and I'm buying the truck for four-wheel drive. I don't want a rear-wheel drive truck. That doesn't make sense for me.
Trying to go mudding.
Trying to get a little mud on the tires.
Did somebody did somebody at high school have this? I'm trying to think. I feel like the
Shit, me.
former was a
My dad had one, and whenever I could drive, like I couldn't drive much, but I would be in his Sequoia sometimes. He had a Forerunner too that I drove more. The Sequoia was like his work truck, but every now and then I'd be in his Sequoia. I liked it.
yeah, I think
That's what got me thinking about it now because I have the Jaguar. I need to get it fixed. I need to get the Camaro fixed. I need to work on getting a garage in the house to store my car so I don't have to pay for storage or bother family member with storing my cars at their house. But before any of that, I kind of think it's time that I get like a lifetime vehicle, like something that kind of what I thought the BMW would be, but I didn't realize just how bad uh, those engines are, those and how much maintenance they require, and how ill prepared I was to do that maintenance at that time. Um,
he said ill prepared. They just
Ill
require
prepared.
they just
I
require
just a
every
lot more attention than I was
every
ready
morning
to
you gotta
give at
open
the
your
time.
hood and slap
Mhm.
it and make sure it's okay and ask it how it's doing every day. Like you
You got
live.
to ask it, talk nice to it. Maintenance. Yeah, I don't need something that's as high maintenance. They say them Toyotas, they'll run forever. You just got to put oil in them, and that's optional. But uh, I really just like I said, I want something like a forever vehicle. They're timeless. The first generation Sequoias to me look better than the ones right after, and even better than like the brand new ones. Um, Not that they look like a better, I don't know, they don't look newer, but to me, there's just something classic about them. I like the way that the first generation Sequoias turned out, and they're aging really well. The aftermarket support, as far as bumpers and that kind of stuff, fender flares, tires, lifts, all of that is there for the car. Uh, yeah, I don't have to go crazy with the build, but the possibility to, build a crazy car is there with it as well. So I, I'm pretty sold on them. I'm just kind of
Yeah,
looking.
if you stretch that out, I mean that can be a very, very affordable note. It'll probably be like a very favorable note. You can be close to 100
Yeah,
a month.
right.
I'm
So
looking at the 15 and that's three. So
what I'm hoping to do is go ahead and just take care of insurance all at once on it. I feel like that makes the most sense for me. And then, yeah, that would make the monthly expense not an issue. Like if the note is a few $100s, that's one thing. But having a note and insurance is just, even if it's less than the note by itself, combining the two, I just don't want to have two different bills that I need to pay.
yeah, man. I just learned just automating and like breaking things down, like breaking these monthly payments down, like
Yeah, that's
on
what
a
I'm hoping
day-to-day
to
basis, like breaking them down, like
do
what
through Navy Federal too,
is like,
is use my funds and start doing kind of automating stuff. I wonder if that's something that I could do through them, like have if they would give me a loan and then let me pay the loan back to them with a credit card from them.
Yeah, I mean, just breaking things. I'm not sure about that, but just like you know what I'm saying. This thing costs 300 a month. Just break it down on a day-to-day basis. How much do I need to be? How much is this necessity going to cost me per day? Like at 300, you're looking at $10 per day. That's that becomes affordable, you know, like when you break it down, when you're doing these day-to-day jobs that you're working every single day. It's like you could just, I mean, you don't have to, but you can put this money to the side, and that makes it just seems more digestible when I put it to a day-to-day basis of what I have to bring to the table to
Yeah.
afford these things. But it's definitely
I
something.
said I wasn't gonna do a another car note like ever, but also in this case, I think I'm gonna do it because I don't feel like cashing out, and it won't be the same as like the idea of the car note. My last car note was different. Like I think I was paying like 11, paying off like $11,000 on a G35, and it just my payments were low too. It was like maybe like 200 a month or something, but it just felt like I would be doing that forever.
It's,
Um,
it's only
wound
7
up
months, you know.
72.
I mean, that's if you do, yeah, that's 12, 24. Ooh, that's six. That's a good 6 months, 6 years.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want
He
to do
said, yeah, I
that.
don't want, hey, you might want
Like
to,
that
bro,
just sounds and feels like too
slave.
much. That's too much.
But
Six
listen,
years,
how much you paying for your light bill every month? $200?
right? But that's yeah, I guess. I guess it's the same thing, but I don't know. I yeah, it's the same thing, but I don't know. I just
It does feel like
man,
slavery.
I wish it wasn't that way. Like I just wish it wasn't set up that way.
I mean, you can make it 36, you can make it whatever you want, but that monthly gonna go up. Um,
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna try to do it with I might I don't know. I'm gonna see what's available, what I can do, what's possible, plausible, uh, and see about setting it up automated. Um, I don't know. I just don't want to be paid on the same thing 6 years. Like 2 years, 2 years go by. Like at that point, like it's natural to want something else after 2 years. Like even though I plan on keeping this car for a very long time, it's natural to want to do other things. You know what I mean? And I just don't want to allocate them $200 every month. I want the car to be over and done with. I don't want to have to think about it.
that's See, like that's you know what I'm saying. That's the whole dilemma. And that's like the picking the credit union or the cash. It's just like I get both sides of the coin. Like cash
The
out.
cash,
If you
the
cash out, you're
cash means
done.
it's over
Okay,
and done with. But
but
also
you can stretch it.
it
You can
means
basically keep that 5,000. And
exactly that I don't have the cash anymore, is what it means.
but you still got it in cash. But you have that in cash. But
Well, yeah, if I go through the credit union, I'll have it in cash. But if I spend it on the car, then I don't have it in cash.
but you don't have to
And
worry about 200 per month or 300 per month.
I won't have to worry about 200 or 300 per month. But
I
I
just
do
look at it
have to
like
worry about the car. Like if I go through the credit union, I really won't have to worry about the car because I'll have it in cash. And anything goes wrong with it, I'll be able to buy the car again, basically. But I don't want to buy the car again.
yeah, if
I want to
if you
buy
go
it.
through the credit union, you got that five, and it's basically like you're back to square one. Like you can keep that five and just hustle that 200, and you still have that five. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Hustle up that payment every month, and now you have that five.
Exactly.
as a safety net and to make it, you know what I'm saying, another investment or just uh emergency fund for the car type shit.
I'm thinking about too getting grabbing like a Prius or something that gets good gas mileage, and even the Toyota I may do it with too, like the Sequoia I may do it with too, but just getting it to a place where it's just a decent car, cosmetically everything is decent, let it show age, but nothing just ripped up, torn up, in bad condition, and then get to renting them out, man. Uh, I've seen a lot of like people that rent out their cars to dashers and stuff like that. Get good insurance on it and let it pay for itself. Let it be entry into real estate, because there's ways that people have been renting these cars out, and it may be just one of those things like Derek Grace. I need to do a little bit more research on. Like they may just be making what they do look good, but it's also a concept like that I've seen a lot before, like cars that are not brand new, not rental cars, um, not even cars that you probably put on tour, just regular cars that people rent out $50 a day, $100 a day,
Yeah, that I think that's a good business, even like $30 a day down there. If
Right.
you know what I'm saying, if your capital allows you to just get on a Facebook
If
Marketplace
you've
or
got
get a lot.
a if you've got a Honda that you paid $2,500 for, put another $500 into having it deep cleaned and cosmetically, done up, and you know,
New
between a couple
battery.
hundred on the cosmetics and a couple hundreds on a tune up, then you start renting it out for $30 a day. Um, eventually it'll pay for itself, and at the very least, it'll pay for the convenience of having it. It'll make it worthwhile as far as,
Like I bought
but I
one
just,
a month. You see what I'm saying?
only thing that I would need to do is research the insurance as well as like the rental platform. Um,
Yeah. It's just, I think that's just where we're going because the interest rates are crazy high for cars, like, and everybody's trying to buy. Just, I, I'm glad that I'm having a conversation with you because I know a lot of people that's trying to get 2024s or 2023s, 2022s, and not knowing that these cars are this, if not the same, not as good as the cars we're talking about, like, and they don't,
right. That's the
and
thing that
like, we're looking,
I new cars break, but new cars turn into old cars. I really am not interested in, even if I was to hit the lotto today, I wouldn't be interested in a car that's less than 10 years old, I don't think. I'd be looking for a low mileage car that's over 10 years old, simply for the aftermarket support, for the time to go through. You don't want to get a car and you're the first time any mechanic has seen this issue. You know what I mean?
you're a test dummy, but like the average car note is between eight to a band right now. Like, bro, you see what I'm saying? Like, imagine,
Yeah, life is crazy.
just imagine. Yeah, I'm on tour right now. I'm just trying to see the marketplace of what people, you know what I'm
I got
saying?
to do some more research too on
A
medical here.
2017
And
Suburban is only making 56 a day. You see what I'm saying? So like,
right, why not? And why not rent that? I don't know. That's just not worth it, in my
it's
opinion.
not. It's
2017
not.
Suburban, somebody's
No.
gonna mess that up. Rent out a fucking 2001 Sequoia for $50 a day. Same thing's done. You get a big truck, you know what I mean? I don't know.
2019
You paying 50
Nissan
bucks a
Altima
day.
paying for 36 a day on Turo for, like
What year Altima?
2019.
Oh yeah, that's a good deal.
You think
That's a
so?
good deal. Because
36.
if they,
That's
yeah,
still not
it's
bad,
old
bro.
enough. It's
You
old
can
enough to
trap.
where they
You can damn near trap
exactly
on
they could
DoorDash
have
and
bought
Uber
it
Eats.
used for a steal. It's 2025 now. They could have got a steal on that a few months ago or even last year. Um, their payments can be low. You know what I mean? That's a car that you got good credit. They'll get you into that, even if they have you paying on that for 100 years. That 72 month shit. But if you get in at a good deal, yeah, throw that right on Turo and let it pay for itself. That's hands off. You probably ain't gonna make as much money, but
It's only had 13
yeah.
trips, but I'm just like
Oh wow. How
the
long has it been on there?
I'm not sure. I think it just
And
said
you gotta think too, at $36, how long were those 13 trips?
exactly. It could
Somebody
be
probably got that for a week, 2 weeks, a month. You know what I mean? At $36 a day, I'm only in town for these 2 weeks, but they took it out for
what
two
about
weeks.
this guy that I know this kid that has it on there, bro. That shit is crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah, he went to Macaulay, but yeah, it's just I think that's worth it because you
Yeah,
see that
that's perfect.
before
That's probably a
a month,
car.
and that's
Parents probably
bad.
helped him get in or something, and now he can afford to get himself a car. They've paid off that car. That's good money he could bring in. Or it could be his daily driver. That could be his car. He just has it listed on Turo. If you got $36, you could have it today. You know?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if that's profitable for somebody that wants to be in this DoorDash and Uber Eats type of world. That's slick is profitable, but you're gonna have to work you know what I'm saying? Like you're starting
I
off at
may
the
throw a lift kit on the truck when I get it because I was thinking about a lift kit anyways, and then that would allow me to get it onto Turo as like a specialty vehicle. It wouldn't be like a normal rental, but it would be like a if I build it like an off road rig, yeah, build rent my off road rig. You know what I mean? You get the insurance on it and everything. If it needs to be recovered from somewhere, insurance pays for it, and then obviously the customer pays for the insurance.
yeah. It seems like a semi-profitable thing, like just the right car, the right area. Like yeah, a lot of these
Don't get my shit stuck in the mountains, but if you take my shit through the mountains, it won't be an issue.
yeah. Dodge Charger 2023, 73 a day. Like that I would be
If they don't
skeptical
care about that
on
car,
Charger.
I wouldn't put no
$50
charger on
off.
there. I feel like that's an instant steal.
For 73.
You'll never see that car again.
At that point, you damn near might as well. He said you'll never.
But why not? Why not? Just put it up there. If they do wind up stealing it, obviously the insurance covers it and you get a better one. You get a new one. They replace it. Only thing, if you have like a special one, like if you got number 200 and they made 200 of these or, something like that, I wouldn't see putting it up there. But yeah, if you got a regular run of the mill Hellcat Charger, that might lower your likelihood of it being stolen.
Oh yeah. Um, hey man, you gotta get on that YouTube, bro. You gotta trade. Like if I was to tell you which ones to watch, I wouldn't even watch the Instagram live. I stopped watching them because he don't even at that point he's not talking about nothing on the Instagram live.
No,
Um,
that's what I realized that last week. And I had to get back on my health stuff. I've actually been off work. I had an infection. They had to put me on antibiotics and stuff. So I'm gonna use this. Well, I have used the past week or so to try to get back in the market, get an idea. It's like I don't know. it's crazy because when were we trading? Like last summer, when I was kind of trading a little bit more regularly, and SPY was like $200 less than what it is now.
Hmm.
Insanity, insanity.
It's
Like
just
had I
broke.
just put like at that point, it was like I want to calls, I want to swing calls, and then it was like, no, I don't want to swing calls. That's too dangerous. But then look back after months, and it's like, damn, if you would have swung just one call, just
Yeah.
one long shot, like, and it doesn't matter.
Or
It could
just
have been.
or just investing in equity, bro. Like $1. Like
Mhm.
I got retirement doing that, like just buying it
What's
up
that?
$5 every week. You know what I'm saying? $10 every week in these SPY, QQQ, VOO, like
Oh, so
Ethereum.
you're buying into the index itself.
Yeah, just buying the index.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bro, when we started in 2020, this shit was at $200, bro. It's at $600 today.
Mm-hmm.
Buys at 600.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And it
even
was,
taking calls, bro. Like because it's like
yeah.
them calls will expire unless you have a far out date. And it's
Right. And the calls will they'll work you out of your calls. Like you could
oh my
the
God,
call,
it's
if
looking
you work
good.
it out and it looks affordable to you, you could be completely right. But however it happens, it's gonna fall. If you make a call for 600, if you would have made a 600 call, it wouldn't have hit 600 when you needed it to, but it's still gonna hit. Like you weren't wrong, but it's risky with the calls, and that's what, especially swings, kind of frustrates me a little bit with predicting. But
You gotta go months out. We were playing
right,
way too risky.
but
And that's
see,
a poor mentality.
playing months out, playing months out, it
Call.
seems like it's, I don't know, it's still risky because the price of those calls months out is always going to reflect the risk. Like if you want something, like there's no such thing as a safe swing because it's always going to be priced in a way that's like aggressive. Like if it's something that even is plausible to happen, even if it's 6 months, a year from now, if it's plausible, if you can show that that is the trend on the graph, that's going to be a very expensive call. And then, I, well, I guess you got to pay to play the game. So it's not that it's an expensive call. It's just a little bit uh, intimidating for somebody that ain't as versed or ain't got
Yeah, you just gotta get in the
the
money. Like
same bank.
if you have the bank, that's what I would do. Things that
That's that's the thing, and that's what I say. It's just a game that you got to pay to play. Uh, Bank makes a big difference. Having that bank to back your plays, like, makes a difference. If you can sacrifice that $1,000 for that in the money play, then you'll start making money. You know.
yeah, it's just having a realistic expectation. Like with 1,000, bro, that 100 is very well an incredible, thing to get. Like that's just with $1,000 of hustling,
Mm-hmm.
that replaces what I'm spending 8 hours to do. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got to go perfect, but if you can start off fresh, you can replace a side hustle that takes 8 hours or 5 hours to get $1 to $150 in it per day. Only
Right.
have $1,000 and you can trade with it for 15 a day.
Right.
You can replace something like that, and that's just getting into that world, and understanding that the risk you don't have to overdo these risks, like and just be patient and build it up. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people
Did
should.
you have you purchased any indicators or you just build them
Hmm.
yourself? You just watch.
I use supply and demand, and I watch the YouTube, but their levels are based upon Pre-market, high and low, previous day,